this on? It's on, we're recording. Right, welcome back everyone. This episode and this week, I'm going to be doing something that I've been putting off for an awful long time. That is organising this workshop. So I've got two sets of drawers here that I've been accumulating a lot of tools, a lot of fixtures, fastenings, whatever you want to call them. In these, they're overflowing. It's a bit of a nightmare. I can never get to things when I'm starting a project, and the organisation in them isn't great. So I'm basically, the root cause of all this is I'm lacking a lot of storage here. And that is a worrying thing to say, because I've got storage all the way around us. I've built shelves, I've got boxes, but for the things that I'm using constantly, I tend to use these two drawers, and they're not living up to the expectation that I kind of need. Things are taking a long time to get things organised and sorted. So, firstly, apologies as well. I've got a beanie and a hoodie on because it's absolutely freezing here. That is the weather here in the UK at the minute. It's really absolutely bizarre. We had a hailstorm the other day and now it's really sunny outside, but it's absolutely freezing. So for anyone outside of the UK, that's what we're dealing with. But I think that's just the nature of the beast of the planet's weather at the minute. It's a bit strange. Anyway, that's what we're doing here. Let me just give you an explanation and a quick overview of what I'm dealing with. So I've dedicated 3 drawers here. I've got nuts in here, got washers here, and I've got bolts in here. So I do try to keep things tidy, but things do overflow and I don't quite put things back in their right place. But the root cause of it, like I said, is I haven't got the right type of storage for these. So I've been keeping my eyes out on Facebook Marketplace and eBay, and I've actually came across something this morning, relatively quite cheap. So I have bought that, I've picked it up, it's on the pickup truck outside. So hopefully that's going to work. Second to that, I can organise everything, put them in the right place, and I know where they're going to be, so I can retrieve them nice and easy. And then projects hopefully should get faster from this point. It's also a lot better to look at than all that. So, right, let's get to it. I need to remove all these out, see what space we've got, measure it up. I have measured it up, so it should fit there. And I've also got a spare one, so I might use it in my other shed, but who knows. Let's get these out and let's get organised. So there we are. So everything is in its own location, it's in its own space. I've had a deep clean here, I've reorganised everything, I've sorted things out, and in actual fact, I've got a load of these spare. I've labelled up what I can and what I need at the moment. I've tried to put them in a logical order, so a lot of the same things are together. So what I've got here is all the electronic parts. So I've got heat shrink, soldering, crimps tools, electrical connectors, batteries, cables, etc. And then underneath, down here, I've got everything to do with my CNC machines. Nuts and bolts are all in a line, so I've got them M10, M12, and then all the way down M8, M6, and I was slowly getting smaller. Bearings, chain sprockets, wheels, casters, hose fittings, and then everything to do with automotive at the top. Like I said, I've got a spare few ones of these, so as I get more stuff, I can fill these up and relabel and organise as well. But they're quite deep, so you get a load of these, and if you see on the inside, there is some notches in there. So in theory, the smaller bolts, nuts and washers, etc., I could divide these up. So I've got nuts, washers, and bolts at the back. I've gone a little bit crazy with stuff in the background. I'll show you as well. So I've boarded in my boiler here as well. So that is contaminant free. All the dust, all the things that I'm creating in this workshop is not going to affect the boiler as well. I've also added a couple of lights because this is almost like a bit of a countertop, so I can start to assemble things here and use it as a general worktop. Put some lights underneath. I've also put some lighting over my toolbox here as well, which is quite a nice touch. I won't bore you too much with it, but I'm really happy with how it's turned out. So I'm sure you'll see more of this in future videos. So for now, that's this one finished. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.